Boosting. It's one of the most complained about things in the game, but also without a doubt one of the fastest ways to level in the entire game. And it's definitely something that a lot of people love to take advantage of while they're AFK to get their other characters up to max level. So today I'm going to break down the RFC boost for you guys. There is a possibility of doing the entire instance of RFC in one pull, but I don't think the one pull is worth it. It is actually barely faster and has a ton of RNG, so we are going to be breaking down the two pull. And for starters, the specialization you're going to run is this in the background. We need magic absorption. This is basically your mana battery. You get a ton of mana back from pretty much just resisting a lot of the casts that happen in this instance. Also, arcane concentration, so you can get free casts of arcane explosion. And then moving down towards your runes, the most important runes are by far living flame. This is going to be the reason why you can do the boost in general this way, and then regeneration. Now, you also do want to grab Ice Lance. It's an easy one to have, and it's really good, really efficient mana wise for pulling more mobs. And from there, let's jump right in. Now, I learned these strats from Kevin B, so make sure to follow him. There's a link to his page in the description, and as well as he streams over on Twitch. First, as you run it into the instance, you're going to want to pull all of these mobs right here at the beginning and then Nova them. We Nova them so that we can build a little bit of distance between them as we are going to be pulling the trogs and they don't melee us. Also, don't worry about pulling these next mobs. They will actually aggro with the mobs that are following you behind. Then jump up on this section to grab the trogs all the way below. While you're at this section, the mobs behind you will stop moving. Just jump back down, and then you're going to jump up on this little ledge right here. As you start seeing the trogs in front of you, you're going to turn around and Ice Lance to pull the trogs behind you. That means you're ready to start moving on with the pull. And we just move forward, and as we're waiting for the trogs to get closer to us, we can Nova these mobs and regen a little bit of HP. Then once the trogs are close enough, grab everything and then turn around and blink through, and we're going to jump over the ledge right here. Here, you have some time to heal up, maybe use mana pots, health pots, whatever you need, and regeneration to get max HP. Then target a Ragefire Trog, not a Shaman. Make sure you're targeting a Ragefire Trog. And what we're gonna do is use Living Flame on them. Then just LOS into this little corner so that everything gets stacked up on the Living Flames, and use Arcane Explosion, and everything should die before you go down. You can also grab the weak aura that Kevin made that will show you how many mobs are inside of your Living Flame, and every time it's above 40, it means you are absolutely safe. Your HP is pretty much going to be maxed out the entire time, so just be cautious of your HP. Now loot everything, and let's move on to the second pull. For this next section, just run past everything. Try to make sure you don't get hit too often. Stay to the left as you get towards the molten elementals and pull all of the ones with Ice Lance. Then what we're gonna do is Nova and hug the right here, right by this wall. Then use Ice Lance again to pull all of the farm mobs from you. Blink across at this section, hug the right wall here, and again using Ice Lance to pull everything to you. The idea is basically that you are pulling everything but making sure you don't get meleeed as often as possible. Just pretty much pull things that are far away from you, and then everything will get grouped up. Now just target a melee mob like an Enforcer and turn around with this little ledge on the side to LOS. Use Living Flame again. Basically what we're doing here and backpedaling a little bit is to group up all of the mobs, stay at a high HP before we can move forward so that everything is nice and tight. Now, as you move forward, of course, keep making sure to Ice Lance all of the mobs on the left, everything you can, then hug the left right here. You can peek all of the mobs right here, and you can actually use Ice Lance to grab those as well. Now this part, we're going to just continue using Ice Lance to pull every mob towards us as we move towards the little boss at the end of this section. The Satyr boss, when we get to him, you're going to pull him with Ice Lance and then jump off this ledge here on the left. Then as you're about to hit the ground, make sure you blink and you will be up on this little section right here. Now you have a ton of time, so we're going to use Evoke and start moving forward again. Heal up a little bit with regeneration. Now as all of the mobs are getting a little bit closer to you, jump over this ledge onto the lava. This isn't real lava, so it won't hurt you, but it will act as an LOS, so all of the caster mobs do need to group up on you. Target another melee mob again and use Beacon and Living Flame to stay up on HP while everything is grouping up. Make sure you're doing these little back pedals because it'll make sure that everything gets into those Living Flames. and you don't instantly get globaled from the melees. And as everything groups up, we're gonna now move on to the next section where we're gonna get into the kill phase very soon. Jump out of the lava and we're gonna wrap all the way around here on the right side, the opposite side that we were on earlier. As you're about to pass all of the mobs or all of the groups, make sure to hit them with an ice lance again. This will just help you get all of the pulls. Now, as we get towards this corner right here, we're entering into the main kill phase. This is where we're going to use beacon and living flame on that mob we targeted early. We are also going to use this little kind of ledge right here to group everything up, almost pixel stack it as best we can with tiny little S keys and tiny little strafes to get everything right in place. If you use a free action potion, it's really useful here. It's not absolutely necessary, but it makes things a little bit easier and it just makes it so it's a lot safer. And as soon as your living flame runs out, guys, if your living flame runs out, then fall down to the next section. Basically just jump down, because all of these mobs will kill you. Even if they're almost dead, just fall down to the ground level. Everything will have to run around and get back to you. Use regeneration and anything you can to heal up a little bit. And if a ton of mobs are still alive, we can actually start kiting these around and eventually coming back here for another kill phase when we have living flame again. So if you need to do that, what you're gonna want to do is run these mobs all the way around towards the boss that you were in earlier, then run up the ledge over here on the left. Then just jump down to the ground. Everything is going to pretty much just kind of group up. The casters can cast on you and you can get resist, which will regen your mana. And it should have been long enough for living flame to be back up. Then just use this corner as LOS to use your next living flame and kill everything. And the fastest way to reset the instance is actually to head over here by the lava, be slightly off the ledge a little bit, and then just log out. And once you log back in, you'll be right at the beginning of the instance and be ready to do the pull all over again. With a good group of boosties, as well as from looting everything, you can make over 20 gold an hour doing this farm. And all you need to do is just have a mage to just pretty much print gold for you. We're absolutely going to have more of these types of farms available to us as we move forward in the other phases. Mages are just phenomenal for this, and I would suggest not even just following me, but follow Kevin B. I'm literally, check his link in the description. He has just done so much amazing coverage on this pull, and he's probably going to work on figuring out all of the other pulls in the future. So definitely check out his channel. And guys, enjoy your boosting, or enjoy getting boosted, or hate it. Honestly, I don't like doing boosting at all, but sometimes I do enjoy myself. If I don't want to level up even more characters, but I want to play everything, I do enjoy doing it. So I understand it, but I also understand the frustration of boosting in this game. Anyways, guys, I will see you all on the next one, and I hope you have a great weekend.